If what you say is true, the Shaolin
And the NerdCage
could be dangerous.
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in the NerdCage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello, welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in NerdCage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture, including the DC Universe and Supergirl. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, Certified Geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from North Street, Atlanta, the Orange of Syracuse, New York. And with me today is my best friend of 30 years. He's our moderator and trollhammer, stronger than the DK Banana Slammer. You can't stop it, you can't cop it, you can't top it. Like a B-52 bomber Oppenheimer, he's going to drop it. Is Joe FallenOne Gaming. What's going on, my friend?
Oh, Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Dude, we got a lot to talk about today in regards to Supergirl, so hopefully everybody is prepped and ready to let the booty sauce flow.
By the way, this is a full-on spoiler discussion, so if you've not seen the movie, we're going to spoil the shit out of it. If you've not seen the movie, I don't blame you for not seeing it, because we had to endure that piece of shit. But
It was free, though.
Yes. And real quick, Joe, we just want to say hello to the chat here. I see some lurkers in there. Don't be afraid to say hello. And
Yes, I see David came in early. Thank you, sir. And yeah, if you're lurking in the background, don't be afraid to speak up.
And real quick, some shameless self-plugging, Joe. So if you haven't already, please check out my interviews over in Joe Bull Celebrity Interviews.
Yeah, starting with his interview with Steve-O for Jackass Best and Last.
Yup. And of course, go back to the Death of Robin Hood.
Yes, with Hugh Jackman and the rest of the cast of Death of Robin Hood. That was a great interview. Kudos to you, sir.
Thank you very much. And next week on the gaming side, Joe.
Yes, we are going to start officially our launch playthrough for Star Fox Remake.
And don't worry, guys. We have some shows coming up in July. We have a spoiler discussion for a July movie. We have a watch party, and we may have a couple interviews. So stay tuned. We'll be announcing that show. Oh yeah, and we'll announce our next two games after Star Fox. All right, so let's get right into it, Joe. I figured I just wanted to, first and foremost, no one saw this movie, which is why it's just you and I today. Well, let's get into it. Joe, just give we'll leave the score for the end of the show. You know, if you saw a rapid review, great. But Joe, just your general thoughts on the movie and give your general thoughts of what's going to happen from here.
Yeah, like I said in our rap review and everything, this movie drags in certain spots, and I actually found myself nodding off at times. I also looked over at you and saw the same. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely boring all the way through, but it does have some questionable decisions, and the action is there, but it's just the pacing is so off. So, I mean, I couldn't bring myself to give it a high score, and I don't know if the Woman of Tomorrow, Man of Tomorrow stuff, it kind of hangs in the balance with what has happened with this film and the film prior to this. So I don't know what to think from here on out. I mean, do they have an ace in the hole? I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just gonna say this: like, this movie did lower than I thought. I was thinking 45 between. Okay, I really thought it was going to do like between 45, which is still bad. 45 to 55 was the range I was thinking. I thought 50 at the most, 55 if they were just hit some kind of crazy stride. But it ended with 38. Now you ready for this, dude? Morbius opened at 39.
Mm-hmm. Morbius and The Flash did better than this, and they're tracking it to only at the end of all this only track to maybe make 200 mil, which is 100 mil production.
Not even. Like they're talking about like
they're giving it a generous track, but yeah.
If you do the math and the temperature in the room, I don't think this movie even makes its production budget back. I think this is gonna do like 160, 170 when it's over said and done. That's freaking bad. I wouldn't be surprised. Honest to God, I wouldn't be surprised if they just throw it on digital next week. I mean that it might hit digital next week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was awful. All right. So again, generally speaking, I'm with Joe. This movie was awful. It was boring. But there were a couple bright spots. But the problem is the bright spots are very dim because of how bad and dark this movie is.
Yes.
Well, let's just get right into it, Joe. So
it's about as dim as that green sun that they had.
By the way, that was. So I don't even remember how the movie. I don't even remember the opening of the movie. Like it's like the movie's just goddamn forgettable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, I'll start with.
It doesn't really open to much. I mean, even when you look at the synopsis online, it shows the opening as halfway through the movie when they do the flashbacks of Kara's life on Krypton and everything.
And that's another problem. Okay, so here. Okay, I'll start with the good things because I don't want to be completely shitting on this movie. I'm just gonna get the bright spots out of the way. Even though it was unnecessary, I actually thought Jason Momoa's portrayal was actually pretty good of Lobo. Yes, you can make the argument that he was shoehorned in there, but it makes sense that he would have a bounty on Krem, whatever the fuck his name is.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with this is, again, I feel like Lobo was a rush job, but the thing that bothered me was, out of nowhere, he's found in a jail cell, and there's no explanation.
Yeah.
And I said that...
There's a lot of stuff in this movie that's implied. It's not explained. It's just implied. Like, him being in the jail cell, you could think to yourself, maybe he put himself in that situation for his own effect, but it doesn't tell you that that's what's happening. It's implied.
No. Get that chat from Tavia. I want you to respond to it because I want you to tell him what you told me off air. About the comic.
Yeah. So I did a little bit of research because I was kind of baffled on why they would make certain decisions that they've made. And two things stood out that I researched. One is that Craig Gillespie has went on record saying that James Gunn forced him to change the Supergirl script halfway through. So that was a dramatic change from what he wanted it to be. And then on top of that, Craig Gillespie went on record saying that he didn't even check the source material for Woman of Tomorrow or even look at the comic book until after they had already wrapped filming. So he put none of that in there. So all of the weird butchering of Woman of Tomorrow was because he never even addressed the source material.
Well, one thing I've been told too, I've been watching a lot of spoilers and a lot of reviews. The Woman of Tomorrow comic is not very liked, and the author is not very popular either in the comic book world. Like this is not exactly a beloved comic. This is just a comic that James Gunn happened to like.
Yeah, and in fact, I personally, I might be in the minority here, but I personally do not like the Woman of Tomorrow storyline. I don't like when my superheroes, show that much weakness. Yes, it brings a little bit of humanity into it, but they're not human. So they shouldn't be recognized as that. They're the Boy Scouts of the universe when it comes to Kryptonians, and they should be selected as such.
Yeah, and This is one thing that we all know about you is Melissa Benoist, but
Yes, Melissa, bubbly Supergirl is the kind of Supergirl that I like.
yeah, and I want to add on top of that, like, oh, by the way, I like the Helen Slater movie better than this. Come at me, I don't care, because at least Helen Slater played the character the way that I, the version that I like.
Yeah.
Well, I think Helen Slater did. Well, also, Helen Slater's a drop dead gorgeous woman. It's.
And that might be another reason that I like Melissa Benoist, because Helen Slater plays her mother.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Melissa Benoist, again, drop dead gorgeous, very bubbly. Now, even Sasha Calle, even though her version was a little different, she was a little bit more on the brutal side of things. At least Sasha Calle, what do you want to pronounce it? I'm sorry, but at least Sasha played a hopeful, kind Supergirl. Like, she was the perfect female version of Superman. Like, she's like.
And I'm glad you used that word, because hope is the entire reason that Superman and Supergirl are superheroes. Is their creed is hope, and it seems in The Man of Tomorrow and Woman of Tomorrow they lost that completely.
Yeah, and the other thing is too is like they never even mentioned, like you just said, they never even mentioned hope. David Cohen-Sweat just said, "Oh, you gotta wear this uniform so people know that you're good." No, the whole point of the Superman crest is it's like you just said, it's a symbol of hope, and she's supposed to be the beacon of. She's supposed to be the female beacon of hope, and she's not in this movie. Oh, by the way,
why are telling them that?
Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Why are the parents and everything telling them that they need to wear the crest to observe hope, when they sit there and James Gunn has retconned this, that they need to conquer the world? Why do they give a fuck about hope if they're conquerors now? They've turned them into, and I heard this, I'm quoting something that I heard. They've turned the parents and the old Kryptonians into Viltrumites, pretty much.
Yeah, that was James Gunn's stupid decision. That's one of the problems I have with the first movie. But another thing that's so fucking egregious, and this movie doubled down on a couple of things. One, okay, again, what bothered me in the first movie is you see Supergirl at the end at the Fortress of Solitude. Mm-hmm. So we've assumed that she's been on Earth this whole time while everything was going on with Superman. Mm-hmm. And she did not tell him, hey, I can translate what your parents are saying in that video. Mm-hmm. So this movie fucking double confirms that.
Yeah.
So in this movie, there's a flashback, and they show her ship arriving on Earth, and Superman's there. Superman finds her and greets her, and she's speaking Kryptonian. So again, this movie doubled down. The whole time, she did not tell Clark about his parents and their intentions. Like, what? This whole time and they established at the beginning of Superman that he likes to replay the video because he likes seeing his parents. It's a memory. Like, he likes replaying the video, even though he didn't know what the Kryptonian language was. Yeah. So the whole time, Supergirl didn't fucking tell him that. It's just,
and I was confused. I was like, the only thing that would make sense, and again, this is an implied thing, it's not an explained thing, is did she get onto Earth and then say, fuck you, I'm leaving, and start drinking? You know what I mean? And we could have the events of Supergirl in simultaneously with the Superman.
There's no defendant, because Superman, again, for his whole entire lifetime, he thought he was the last of his kind. Mm-hmm. So in any traditional Superman media, he was ecstatic to find out he wasn't the last of his kind. His cousin's still alive. Mm-hmm. What do you think the first thing Superman would have said to her was, hey, I have this video of my parents? Wouldn't you think that's like the first thing he would fucking say and do? Yeah. I mean, if I was Superman, I'm like, oh, hey, cousin Kara, come check out this video. Here's my parents. Here's your aunt and uncle that you never knew. Yeah. And that's another problem I have with this fucking movie. Yes, Tava in the chat just pointed out they doubled down on the Conqueror thing, the Vulturite thing.
Yeah.
They had a perfect opportunity just to, like, not retcon it, but fix it and say, no, that's not what he really said. No, they doubled down on it, because wasn't there like a line in the movie saying, like, oh, your Carl, your aunt and uncle are psychos or whatever.
Not only that, but they literally point at Kal-El's ship and goes, "There goes the Conqueror." And it's like, excuse me.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid. So here's another problem I have with the movie. Every version of Supergirl, as far as I know, at least not. Again, I haven't seen all the comics, but from as far as like Superman media, all the cartoons, all the cartoon animated movies, all the other movies and TV shows, and Injustice, Supergirl was a teenager when Krypton was destroyed. She witnessed Krypton getting destroyed. In this version of the movie, she did not witness it. They put her in a bubble, the city in a bubble, and they all died of kryptonite radiation. Okay, so why is she a drunken dumbass? Okay, she didn't go through the trauma of her planet getting destroyed. That's what I don't fucking understand. She actually had a happy childhood. That's fucking stupid. And she had the stupid dog. And another thing,
I know they retconned the trauma for.
Why didn't the radiation affect her? Why didn't the radiation it affected everybody else, but not her? Like, that was fucking stupid too. This movie was every bit of fucking stupid.
There's holes all through it. It's like Swiss cheese.
And I didn't care for. Again, I like the bubbly tee-hee-hee Supergirl. That I didn't like the fact that she was self-centered. Mm-hmm. Like, she kept ditching the girl that wanted her help. She just wanted to rescue her dog for herself. She didn't care about rescuing people. She murders fucking people. Again,
reluctantly.
Yep.
Right, Jay? Yeah, he did that reluctantly. He didn't want to do it. In this, when Supergirl, kills at the end, she almost like takes advantage of it and enjoys it, which I didn't like that at all. And I mean, I know the Lobo nod of approval and everything, but that's not what she's supposed to be about. Yeah. So again, like she basically she murders and she doesn't care. And that's just fucking shitty. That's not who the fucking character is, at least not in traditional media. And even in the fucking universe, like, why would Clark approve of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much wrong with this movie. Now people bitch about the color palette. That didn't bother me too much because I can understand because they're on different planets, different suns. Mm-hmm. But the green sun thing was stupid. Yeah. Okay, as far as I know, it's kryptonite that weakens them, not the color green. Yeah. They didn't say kryptonite sun. They said green. I mean, sure if it was a sun that had kryptonite in it or something, there could be radiation and everything. Fine, whatever. I know what they were going for, but why have kryptonite darts and a green sun on top of it? One or the other would work. Don't do both.
And if there's two suns, how's that possible? Like, worlds revolve around the sun, not the other way around. So it's fucking stupid. Another thing. She's on a mission to rescue Crypto. She kills the dude, and he just happens to have the antidote around his neck?
Well, they did explain that a little bit, that they wear that on their person. But still, he wouldn't have known she's after that. You wouldn't hide it anywhere. You wouldn't make it unattainable in some way, or, it just doesn't make sense. Like, obviously, she's just going to kill you and take it.
And again, I still think she could have just flown Crypto to a yellow sun, but that's just me. But whatever. I get it. They couldn't move him. Whatever. That was fucking. By the way, I'm sick of fucking Crypto. Now I remember he peed on Superman's face and how the movie opens. I'm sick of goddamn Crypto. I'm sick of this James Gunn like putting himself in these movies like that. I'm just enough is enough. Like, this movie is downright bad. I saw our comment section on our rap review saying, "Oh, you're mad about Zack Snyder." Listen, yeah, we're mad about Zack Snyder, but dude, if this movie, like, how can you justify these movies? If you don't like Zack Snyder's movies, fine, but how can you justify these fucking movies over Zack Snyder? Yeah. Like, this is supposed to fix everything. This is supposed to make more money. This is supposed to be better and make more money. And it's
even your diehard Gun fans are just dropping back and saying, "Well, it was okay." That's telling.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'm just saying, like, yeah, we want Zack Snyder back, but if this was supposed to be as good as you guys says it is, it would make money and more people would like it. If anything's gotten worse, there's some people coming around Zack Snyder saying, "Wow, maybe I was too harsh on these movies," you know. So that's what I'm saying. Like these movies, this whole Superman saga / DCU Dead Cinematic Universe, it's such a step down from everything we've gotten prior. Whether if it's Zack Snyder's work, whether if it's the CW. The CW is better than this shit, and then the Nolan films. Like we've gotten like a downgrade since James Gunn has arrived on like all across everything.
Mm-hmm. It's not done in the right time. Like I've heard before, if this was done before all those films, it may have done a little better. But we've been spoiled with superhero stuff. You have to raise the bar now. You can't just do this mediocre bullshit. It's not going to work anymore.
Yeah, and a DJ in the chat saying whole movie made no sense for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, it was a bad script, and like everything was inconsistent from the first Superman movie, and like just them going from point A and point D, and the decisions they make, whether if it's Kara, dishing Ruth, and then Ruth sneaks into the cargo, and this and that. Like everything makes no fucking sense, and like, okay, here's one positive thing. Yes, I want to bring another positive. Yeah, I just talked about Jason Momoa earlier. I actually did like David Cohen's sweat in this movie. I think his performance here was better than his entire performance from the first movie.
Yeah, he was more grounded in this and had a more serious tone for the little time that he was on screen. So I can respect that, but it doesn't make me forget all the goofy shit that happened in the Superman film.
Yeah, but I think the most egregious thing to me was the destruction of Krypton and her arriving on Earth. Besides, I think that was the most egregious thing because it doesn't line up with the other film, and it's. Yeah, that's what the thing. This is supposed to be part of the universe, a big part of the universe, and it just doesn't like nothing lines up at all. And the decision making's stupid. They butchered the character, and Crime was a shit villain, dude. Let's get that out of the way. Like no one fucking cared. No post credits. That's another thing too. I'm bothered at the fact that they didn't build from here. Like they didn't tease Brainiac. They didn't tease Darkseid. They didn't tease.
Yeah, no post credits at all. Nothing. No mid credit. No post credit. No nothing. Just a David Cohen sweat reshoot.
Yeah. I just feel like that this universe is shrinking. Everything's shrinking, and they didn't build. They had a perfect opportunity to build and get. So let's get right into it, Joe. Do you think this movie is gonna hurt Man at Tomorrow? I say yes, because the way James Gunn is doing,
well, it's definitely gonna hurt. I mean, you have the people that are split with the Superman film because they tried to do too much too quick, and they didn't make it as spectacular as they could have. So already the Superman film fan base is split, and then you bring Supergirl in, and you basically make her just as throwaway as Superman, and those are your two main focuses. So you took your two main focuses and weakened them from the get-go. What world building can you do to bring that back now unless you do a complete retcon?
Not to mention Millie Alcock supposedly has a major role in Man of Tomorrow, so that's not a good fucking sign. And also, I'm hearing rumors out there that Clayface has a lot of comedy in it, even though it's being marketed as a horror movie. So you know what that tells me? You know what I think it is? Is that these DC writers and these DC directors? So Mike Flanagan's working on Clayface. Craig Gillespie did this movie. So the impression I get is that they write these scripts, then they hand it over to James Gunn, and then James Gunn does what James Gunn does, and he adds all his poop and fart jokes and penises and all these other stupid shit that he adds. He likes his brand of humor, and he likes to make everything fucking comedy, and that's what I think we're getting, is that he's taken away from the filmmakers and just throwing in the James Gunn comedy. So, like, Yeah.
And DJ, we touched on this before about Supergirl being drunk and everything. There was a reason for it in the comics. She had just witnessed her entire planet being destroyed. So she had that I want to forget type mindset. But in this one, the only thing that they've retconned that could even give her that type of mindset is that they section off a portion of the planet and put it under a dome, and then don't realize that there's kryptonite growing under it, which radiates the dome that they're in and starts killing off the rest of them, so they have to send Kara away, which, you know, brings its own trauma, but it doesn't bring trauma to that level.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, because like I said, Supergirl was supposed to, in most iterations, she's witnessed the destruction of Krypton. So everything in these movies, like it just doesn't fucking work.
Doesn't line up. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, we and another thing too is, in comparison, we have Tyler, what's his name, as Superman. We've had Henry Cavill, and now we have Melissa Benoist and Sasha Calle in like recent memory. So
Yeah.
from like recent memory, we've had better iterations of these characters.
Mhm.
Better, in my opinion, anyway. And
Yeah.
it's based on the box office, Joe. Apparently, I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to name names, but there are some people in our NerdCage circle who won't admit defeat at all, even though they know they're wrong. And a couple of these people refuse to see the movie, and a couple of these people refuse to say the movie's bad, and even though they know it is. So it's just like, just admit it. Like, I'm not going to say I was right. Like, we as a fan base, we were right. James Gunn was never the guy for DC.
Yeah. And I agree. In the comic wars right now, Marvel is definitely winning. There's no doubt about it in my mind. Marvel is winning. Even with all the failures that they've had over the past, decade, Marvel is still ahead of the curve when it comes to making films. They just are.
Like I said, DC's only hope right now is actually Matt Reeves and the Batman, and that's not even part of this universe.
Exactly, yeah. To have a parallel have to grab the reins and save the freaking DCU when they're not even part of it is a little telling. Now, three things that I want to touch on. One is that all the people that are in it for the badass femme fatale and all that type of stuff, looks like they threw Supergirl a softball villain, and it's like, if you wanted to showcase Supergirl and how strong she could be, you probably should have put a big, well-known villain for her to go after, not just this throwaway revenge arc that isn't even her revenge arc. And go ahead.
I was going to say, she only wore the suit for like 5 minutes.
I know, she was in a duster the whole time. It was like Mad Max Supergirl. But the biggest thing is there are ways, if the story falls short, there are tricks that Hollywood can do to keep you in it. The effects and the action and stuff can keep you in it, and the music can keep you in it. And they failed on both of those, especially the music.
Speaking of the music, they 3 composers quit on the movie.
Yeah. Which is also telling.
Yeah, that's why we heard all those random songs, because they didn't have a composer. It's like, that's funny to me. Like, that's not.
Yeah,
that's
and I know it looks like the director there that was trying to mimic James Gunn's style by throwing all these needle drops in there, but I know a lot of this is compared to Guardians of the Galaxy because the visuals and the music and stuff remind them of that, but even the music in this, Guardians of the Galaxy is way ahead of that.
It kind of reminds me. Some people were talking about, like you just said, this is kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy 4. You know what this movie kind of feels like to me? Take the first 3 Expendables movie and then remember Expendables 4.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It feels like the 4th movie to Guardians of the Galaxy, and like in the reflection of the Expendables. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like the Expendables 4 to the Expendables trilogy. This is like, so Supergirl is the Guardians 4 to the Guardians trilogy, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
man, it just sucks. I don't know where else to go from here, Joe.
It's like I wanted to enjoy the Super Saga because I'm a Superman fan and I'm a Supergirl fan, and I wanted to like these, and it's just so disappointing in the direction that they've gone, where they've lost everything that I enjoyed about the series.
Yeah. Oh, here's what I was going to say, and we can wrap this up here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this was an absolute rush job, because James Gunn's terrified of the merger, and I think they're rushing Man of Tomorrow as we speak. I don't even know if that's going to happen, but I feel like this movie clearly felt rushed. They had 10 test screenings, and apparently, 30 minutes was cut from the film. Thank God, because this was boring to begin with.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder what Craig Gillespie's original vision was going to be, but the bottom line is this movie was rushed. I think either the movie should have been released later in the year or should have been released next year. How cool would it have been if we got Supergirl in the spring and then Man of Tomorrow later in the summer? If I'm saying if they took the extra time to make this movie better, I'm saying I'm not the one not what we just got. If they took their time, made it better, and released it in the spring, and then had it follow up with Man of Tomorrow later that year.
Yeah, and now wasted so much time. He's wasted so much time, and he has to rush around now that he doesn't even have the tools at his feet to save it if he wanted to. Because there's only two things that can really save this: a full-on retcon, and maybe you could pull the focus away and do a Lobo-focused film now that people are enjoying Lobo and everything. But you don't have the time to do it anymore, so it kind of sucks.
The Man of Tomorrow, they're talking about Jon Stewart's in it, Wonder Woman's in it, and they're going to cram so much.
It's going to fall to the same devices that the first Superman film did, because they crammed too much into that.
But now there's going to be more, Joe.
Exactly, they're doubling down.
Yeah. So, I think this is toast. I think James Gunn will be fired. If he doesn't get fired this year, he'll be fired next year for sure. As far as the future of DC, rather if it goes back to Zack, which again is possible. I'm saying possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying it's possible. I think what they're going to do is, I think they're just going to focus on Batman. Whether if it's going to be Matt Reeves or somebody else, I think they're just going to focus on Batman and maybe start doing other DC films, but not force a connectivity. I think we're going to get more Batman now. I think the problem is Batman's the only moneymaker DC's got now.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's saving DC right now is their animated side, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. So,
and I'll field this question here. DJ asks, who the hell are they even going to get to play Wonder Woman? And that is a big question.
They just announced it today.
Okay.
Yeah, it's this.
Is it even anything inspiring?
It's a Hispanic chick from Ecuador or something. Hold on, it's I can't. It's Adriana Aja or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce the fucking name, but they just announced it today. And then they're talking about, what was it, Bettany?
Batman Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, Bettany or Brittany something. Brittany's
something
playing
like that. Yeah, the guy's he was on the when they had all their list of who could play Superman. Mm-hmm. He was one of those, so they just took him from one group and moved him over to another.
Yeah, that doesn't excite me about Batman. It doesn't excite. No, nothing against this chick playing Wonder Woman, but that doesn't excite me either.
Yeah.
It's just they have. I mean, David Cohen said, say what you want about his movie. I don't think he's a bad Superman, but everybody else that they've casted, it's just not working.
Yeah.
And the fact that they didn't have Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman casted together is mind blowing to me. But whatever. Gun is fucking toast. I'm glad this shit's over. Anything you want to add to this, Joe, before we go?
I mean, we can roll around their scores. That's about all we have left.
Okay, I'll go ahead, Joe. If you haven't seen our rapid review, Joe, are you still holding your ground on your rapid review?
I'm still holding my ground. I'm giving it a generous upgrade to your score, but that's only because Jason Momoa and some of the bright spots kind of held it together for me enough to semi-enjoy some of the parts of the movie, but I can't bring myself to make it higher than a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, mine's a 3 out of 10. As much as I hated Superman, this was even worse. And you know, I wasn't expecting myself to give this more than a 4 and a 5, and ended up being a 3. For many reasons. I'm sticking to that. By far, this is the worst thing. Like, this is like Madam Web Morbius levels bad, in my opinion. Like, and honestly, God, I'd rather rewatch those movies than this. But this is just god awful, and now I'm hoping the general fan base can appreciate what we got from Zack Snyder. I hope the general audience appreciates what we got from the CW. Well, before that got carried away, but you know, the early CW, the Zack Snyder, the Christopher Nolan's, like we had it so fucking good, Joe. And hell, even the fucking Titans show and what's that other one there? It was Titans and Doom Patrol. Like,
yes,
even that was better. I mean, I didn't like the last couple seasons of Titans.
Yeah, and I mean, the only reason that those kind of faltered is it was the timing. Because, I mean, remember, we were heavy into the Infinity War saga and stuff during those times. So you had a giant overshadowing in the comic universe. So,
yeah. But I'm saying, as DC fans, I felt like we had it so good at one point. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can either get some new blood or hashtag restore the Snyderverse or whatever, so that we can get back on track with these, because they deserve more than they're getting. I mean, the source material, not James Gunn's universe.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's just go through our promotions real quick, guys. Listen, for those who are new to the NerdCage universe here, I also work for Joe Blow, and I run the Joe Blow Celebrity Access page, and I do interviews over there. So if you haven't already, Joe, tell them about Steve-O.
Yes, head over to Joe Blow Celebrity Access and check out Jay's interview with Steve-O for Jackass Best and Last.
And the Death of Robin Hood. And
yes, he interviewed Hugh Jackman and the rest of the cast for Death of Robin Hood, which is a great film, by the way. Go out and see that if you haven't already.
Yes. By the way, Joe and we did see Jackass on Saturday, and we loved it. I can't give that a score because it's not really a movie, but that was a great send-off for the Jackass crowd. And, yeah, so I guess the next movie I'm excited for, guys, The Odyssey.
The next movie I'm excited for, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I'm not going to see Odyssey before Spider-Man. I'm just out of morbid curiosity, I have to see The Odyssey. But yes, Spider-Man's going to fucking rule. I can't fucking wait. And goddamn, please give us that Doomsday trailer.
Yes.
Give us that goddamn Doomsday trailer. And then, Joe, next week we start a new playthrough.
Yes, Star Fox Remake.
Yes. And we'll be announcing our more July shows as well. We have a couple more games we're going to play later on. We got another spoiler discussion. We have another watch party, and we'll hopefully have another interview or two. So keep it right here, guys, to NerdCage Live. We appreciate everybody being here. Thanks to everybody in the chat here. Again, yes, this movie's terrible, and I'm not expecting much better, or if not, maybe worse from Man of Tomorrow. So until then, Joe, we appreciate ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, spread that shit like kryptonite. So the USA from York Street, Atlanta, the Orange, Syracuse, North, our friends and friends around the world at NerdCage Live. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your retros, do your push-ups, go to the gym, all that good stuff. Keep reading comic books, keep watching movies, keep playing video games, all that good stuff. Good night, God bless, and have the best day of your life.
Good night.
Thanks very much, everybody.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's f***ing diabolical.
About humanity.
Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Ooh, trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!